Hello. Welcome to the 8th part of the Boundless Necromancer. A special thanks to my Patreon for supporting me. And if you want to support, you can join my Patreon for as low as $1. Thank you very much. Let's begin. At the beginning of this part we see a flashback where someone says, so he can't do any of the basic moves? How is an idiot like him born in the Namgung clan? Does he truly have my blood? Child Hyuk is sitting holding a small sword and thinks, he is in the forest and cutting the leaves that are falling from the trees. He thinks, enjoy conversing with my sword. Someone gets there and says, before even following any fixed moves, you're developing a path of the sword. A true genius. He thinks, that was the first time I met my grandfather. After that, I was raised by my grandfather, the contemporary sword supreme. And as a result, I began explosively developing in an unprecedented manner. After that we see Hyuk gets a bit older and get back to his father and says, I dealt with the blood cult bastards who were traveling in disguise. Hyuk smiles and thinks, look, father, your son has gotten this strong now. His father says, get rid of these ugly things immediately. Why are you so worked up over slaughter these days? Devote yourself to cultivating your heart a bit more. If you're not trying to become a monster, that is. Hyuk starts to cry. After that we see in the present he is being eaten by an undead monster. He thinks Ancient Emperor Zesh Crown rank A- durability has been completely consumed. Ancient Emperor Zesh Crown A- has been destroyed. Hyuk is barely alive. Sungyun is surprised and says, you're still alive. Hyuk says, hurry up and end it, Han Sungyun. Sungyun says, isn't it fascinating? Normally, we never would have even met. But two people of different dimensions have fought like this. You and I fighting was insanely difficult and painful. But what's funny is that I even thought that this felt fun. If we had been friends, we would have exchanged accomplishments and had fun, is what I thought. Hyuk starts to laugh really hard and says, pushover bastard. To still have such thoughts while climbing the tower. Let me tell you something funny. Why I stopped climbing the tower and invaded this dimension. It wasn't just to enjoy murdering you. After gaining divinity, I became enemies with a certain god, and even felt threats to my own life. The chosen ones inevitably have to deal with divinity. And the moment they do, they have to face gods in various forms. You too will soon have to deal with divinity. But if you climb the tower with that foolish mentality even with divinity, you will not be able to prevent the gods from destroying your earth. Sungyun sees, no, that won't happen. Those who destroy the base of my life will all be killed by me. Sungyun uses skill Truth Seeker of Blood and kills Hyuk. System says, congratulations, you have completed the 14th floor of the Tower of Trials. The pass reward of Boots of Tay Wind rank A+ is being transferred into your inventory. You have obtained the pass reward of 10,000 points. You have obtained the pass reward of 4,000 SP. Due to fighting a stronger challenger than originally presented and winning, the additional rewards are being reinforced. As an additional reward, 4,000 SP has been obtained. As an additional reward, Burrowing Heaven Sword rank A+ is being transferred into your inventory. Please move to the waiting room. The basis of the creation of a myth has been sufficiently arranged. Authority, divine power is being strongly activated. Calculating myth based on the actual results and the faith of the believers. Another myth has been created. Mid-battle tested warrior is complete. Mid-battle tested warrior is accumulating divine power. From now on, Effect Indomitable will be bound to Challenger Han Sungyun's Divine Management. From now on, Effect Reverse will be bound to Challenger Han Sungyun's Divine Management. System says, absorbing the spirit of Challenger Namgung Hyuk. Proficiency increased by 47%. The proficiency of the unique trait, Necromancy, has reached 100%. Necromancy rank B. Unique trait Necromancy has risen 1 rank. Now it's rank A. Sungyun thinks, when challengers of the otherworld died, their corpses always disappeared. Do they not disappear when the floor invading penalty has been removed then? System says, True Heavenly Blood Demonic Sword's exclusive effect blood consumption has activated. Challenger Namgung Hyuk's blood has been absorbed, causing the item to grow to a rank 1174 out of 1400. Absorbing Challenger Namgung Hyuk's blood engraved skill. Strengthening apprehensions into the blood consumption exclusive slot. That's another property that I can add on to the sword flame. I've gained a good one. As for my clothes, I think they'll be completely impossible to restore. Sungyun says, I guess I have to go shopping on Earth. Administrator Iron-Blooded Monarch is stating that she has some decent 5 armor that she wants to sponsor to her contractor. Administrator White Crane Sword Master states that the contractor's fighting methods are more suitable for martial artist robes. Sungyun gets to the Iron-Blooded Monarch's world. He says, "This really looks like the Iron-Blooded house now." She says, "Good work, Han Sungyun. It's been a while. This is to celebrate crossing a big mountain. Think of it as a present." Sungyun says, "Didn't you say you'd give me armor before?" She says, "Once you put a bit of magic power into the necklace, the armor will naturally be equipped. Equip it for the first time outside of the tower. Just in case." "Thank you. I'll use it well." Then he gets to the other administrator and says, "I greet my master." She says, "Sungyun, I thought you'd come to me first. But to think you got to that woman first. I'm disappointed." Sungyun says, "Please don't be angry, master." He says, "Instead, this master, instead of that woman, would like permission to do one thing for you." She says, "I want to do your hair." Sungyun is surprised and says, "What? Have you never heard the expression, get medicine from a pharmacist, and your hair done at a hairdresser? Plus you don't even have the tools." She says, "The sword's 7 techniques will be enough. You'll get hurt if you move, so stay still." "Wait." Sungyun says, "Wow. You're quite talented, huh, master? That's a relief." She says, "Sungyun, this is the item that will make it easy to wear the martial artist robes that I mentioned earlier. Put them on outside of the tower. Then good luck." Sungyun says, "What's up with her? This feels fishy." System says, "You have entered the 15th floor waiting room. The system has started to finalize. Command Quiet has opened. From now on, the challenger can receive several quests from the administrators. The quests that will replace personal trials will be based on the administrator's record of life. Upon clearing the quest, you can receive rewards from the administrator who issued the quest. However, you can only obtain 1 quest per floor." He thinks, quests. I was wondering why the administrators were trying so hard to be nice to me. It was so they could commission me for their quests. I have a lot to do right now. So let's think about it slowly. First, let's look at my newly obtained myth. System says, effect Indomitable bound to divine management. When Indomitable is activated, your body can act at full power regardless of the state it is in. Effect reverse bound to divine management. When reverse is activated, you receive bigger buffs the more disadvantaged you are during a battle. He thinks, while exorcism, the ability I received from Eradicator of Vampires, before was limited. Battle-tested warrior, which can be used in any battle, is more particle. And the newly added ability to necromancy, which finally reached a rank. A skill window appears saying, unique trait. Necromancy rank A. Detailed effects 7. The death god's qualities are enlightened. He thinks, but what does this mean? He activates divine power. And thinks, there's no change even if I activate my divine power. He thinks, the god of death. I have no idea. But time will solve it. He checks Burrowing Heaven Sword rank A+. And thinks, Burrowing Heaven, which seems to be highly compatible with Sword Chi. And Sword Sense, which now isn't limited to an item but helps with the user's development. He thinks, this items are crazy op. System says, due to fighting a stronger challenger than originally presented in winning, the additional reward are being reinforced. It must be because I defeated Namgang Hyuk, who was much stronger than the trial's difficulty. You have reached the state of unification with the sword. Burrowing Heaven Sword's exclusive effect Sword Sense has activated. You can absorb a sword category item's exclusive effect as a skill. Selection complete. Skill Sword Sense rank A+ has been fully absorbed. Remaining Sword Sense uses 1 out of 2. Sungyun smiles and thinks, this really works. I used Sword Sense to absorb Sword Sense. So where I originally could only learn 2 skills, I can now learn 3. System says, Burrowing Heaven Sword rank A+'s exclusive effect Sword Sense has activated. You can absorb a sword category item's exclusive effect as a skill. Selection complete. Skill Burrowing Heaven A+ has been fully absorbed. Remaining Sword Sense uses 0 out 2. Burrowing Heaven Sword A+'s exclusive effect Sword Sense's uses have been completely exhausted. Burrowing Heaven Sword rank A+'s exclusive effect Sword Sense has completely dissipated. Now that I've mastered Burrowing Heaven Sword's Burrowing Heaven as a skill, I can use Burrowing Heaven even without the Burrowing Heaven Sword's Burrowing Heaven as a skill. I can use Burrowing Heaven even without the Burrowing Heaven Sword. Due to absorbing Challenger Namgang Hyuk's ghost, your abilities have increased permanently. Strength has risen by 4. Agility has risen by 4. Stamina has risen by 6. Magic power has risen by 7. Durability has risen by 4. The skill absorption didn't activate? Someone contacts him and says, "You should at least contact me when you return to the tower. Even if you're not an ordinary guild member, we're still partners." Sungyun says, "You're the person who was the most worried about me before you went to Japan. I should text her next time." He sees something and is really surprised. He gets a message from Baek Ryunhwa from 9th floor. It says, "Sungyun, I'm not sure what the situation in the tower is, but I have some news. Another challenger from an other world has appeared. A challenger from Ares has just committed a large-scale massacre in London. He thinks another dimension in vain. He thinks of Hyuk saying, 'You will not be able to prevent the gods from destroying your earth.' He gets really angry and says, 'Damn it.' The A part of the Boundless Necromancer ends here. Please subscribe and like. And if you want me support financially, you can join my Patreon only for $1. Patreon and Discord links are in the description if you want to support me. And a special thanks to all my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks for watching.